guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel and welcome to our June issue of the 10 Handmade Cards 1 Homemade Kit. And the theme for this month, I know it's the summer time, but I wanted to do a Christmas / holiday card set just because, I don't know, I'm feeling like it was like a July or Christmas in July, but it's actually Christmas in June. Plus, also, I have noticed in the past few years that even though I make a ton of cards starting in October. I usually make about 50 cards in the beginning of October and then kind of slowly increase my stash of Christmas cards. I always ran out. So I figured if I get started in June, maybe I'll have enough this year, crossing my fingers. So if you are new to my channel or you have not seen this particular series, what I do is I put together a card kit from my stash. This was inspired by all of the card kits that we see, like that is being offered by companies like Simon Says Stamp or Spellbinders, or even I think My Favorite Things, I think. But anyways, all of those kits are really nice and I covet them at some point. But I also know that I have a lot of stuff in my stash that needs some love, needs to be used. And so I would dive into my stash first before I would buy one of those card kits. And so what I do is I have a kit that I put together, and then I make 10 handmade cards out of it. Sometimes I make more, but my focus is at least 10. So here are the stuff that I pulled out for this particular kit. Again, this is a holiday and / Christmas, so it will be that regular red, white, and not red, white, but like the greenish and the reds. But actually, my main kind of inspiration from this is the kind of snowman type wintry scenes. So just recently, or maybe like 2 months ago, I had purchased a box from, oh, what's her name? Lisa Dickinson. She is one of the scrapbookers that we've seen her work in a lot of magazines before. But anyway, she was clearing out her room, and so she had kind of a garage sale of her stuff. So she filled a box, a USPS priority box with stuff, and so you don't know what you're getting, but she basically sold it, and then the money that she got went towards her favorite charity. So I was really looking at her stuff, and I thought that, you know what, maybe I'll find some good stuff in there, and I did. And so except these circle or dot papers, these 6x6 papers are all from that box. And the thing that really inspired me was all the snow accents. And so that's kind of what I am gearing towards. And I am pulling some, as you can see, some blues, some whites. There's a dash of red, and then the kind of navy blue. There's also, I pulled this from my stash. They're just dot papers. They're actually from that 6x6 paper pad that I used for my previous 10 handmade cards 1 homemade kit back in April. So if you have not seen that video, make sure, I will try to link that in the description box below. But anyway, so those are kind of the inspiration papers that I am starting off with. And then I also have this die cut pack from Pink Fresh Studio, and it has a lot of accents for Christmas. And then it also has some gold foiling in there, which I thought was really cute. Okay, so another thing that I had pulled out was this new to me clear stamps from My Favorite Things. It's just a bunch of holiday and Christmas sentiments, but I do have noticed that in my crafting that I love to make Christmas cards, but then I don't have a lot of stamps, so I kind of rotate the same thing over and over again, and that's totally fine. But I feel like I have had the same stamps that I've been using for the last 5 years or so, so I think I'm rationalizing here, but I think I deserve a new stamp set. So I like sentiment stamps because then I could just change up the sentiments but still have kind of the same design on it. And so that's what I got. And this one is called Snow Globe Sentiments. So they're just a bunch of words. And then I purchased this back in, I think, January or February. This is just nested die that I got from Amazon, and it's circles, so I thought that I could incorporate that. This one's another new to me die set, again, for my favorite things, and it's just one of the blueprints one. I think this one's number 27, and I like the scallop frame. There's also these kind of window type dies that I thought that I could use, like if I had little creatures from here, or even boxes that I could tuck it in, like small enough accents I could tuck it in there. So I'm going to be using that. And then I pulled out this 12 by 12 paper pack, and this has been, I've used this before, so it's not a complete paper pack, but what I really pulled this out from were the critters. As you can see, there's still a lot of critters in the sticker sheet, and I don't really put stickers, or rather critters, in my scrapbook layout, so I figured I can use these critters as an accent to my cards, and then marry it or partner it up with one of these stamps. So that's kind of my plan, and you'll probably see my focus is to use up as much of the stickers and the critters here, so you'll probably see a few of my cards having those critters there. And then I also pulled out some of these 3x4 cards, so I thought that I can use them for maybe layering or something, right? And then they're rectangles, but I can also make them into circles if I want to. So I really love having shapes like these because they're very versatile. And because I have like these kind of color schemes, I thought that it would be good as part, or as my card bases, to be mostly craft. So I have 2 craft here, and then also 2 whites over here. But I also felt like if I were to, like, say for example, if I were to put that right there on the white, that's totally fine. But if maybe I add some red to it, maybe it will make it pop a little bit more. So I did add some red to my stash. And then also because where is that? The die cut pack that I have some gold lining or foiling to it. I added this shimmery gold, I don't know what it's called, but it's a paper, of course, but it's shimmery and it's gold, and so I thought that I could, like, you know, maybe add like slivers of that into the design of the card. And then for final touches, I did pull out 2 embossing powders that I can heat emboss these sentiments with. So I have either a gold one or a red one, because I was thinking if I had the craft, I think it would be best if I have red versus gold because they're kind of in the same tone. And then finally, instead of having like enamel dots or something like that, I was actually pulling out some of my old stickles. Now, I haven't used this in a while, so I don't even know if they're working, but I feel like this is going to be my test. If they're dried up or if they're not working anymore, if they clumped up, then they're going to go back. They're going to go in the trash. They're not going to go back in my stash. So this is my experiment to see if they're still worth having real estate in my scrapbook space. So again, this is the products that I have for my latest 10 handmade cards, 1 homemade kit for June 2020. If you like these videos, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. If you are interested in seeing the process videos that I have for the cards that I'll be making here, make sure that you subscribe and also hit the bell button so that YouTube will notify you, because usually what I do is I create the product, I show you the products that I'm going to be using, and then the next video that I post should have the first 5 cards that I create, and then the next one after that will have the next or the last 5 cards that I create. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys another day. Bye!